do 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 do. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do 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 do. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do 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 do. Ah, what a beautiful, beautiful way to bring in Shabbat with lovely music. We turn to page 120 to light our Shabbat candles. And I moved my candles in front of me, which I will, so you can see them even with my cool background. I'll keep them there the whole service because it's too scary for me. But I invite you now to take a breath, to let Shabbat come in, to look at these candles as they are being lit, or to close your eyes in that traditional way of bringing in the three circles and covering your eyes so that when you open them again after we've said the bracha, you'll see the candles as if they're lit for the first time. And the beauty of this is that while your eyes are closed, you can imagine and envision a lot of people, your family, your friends, people you care about, and you can get a lot of people in that short amount of time. So I invite you to do that with me as we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. And as I thought of people I was sending out prayers to, of people I was holding in my heart, each and every one of you are included in that. as we pray for strength just to get through each day and for an ability to persevere. This morning in yoga, we did a breathing exercise where you inhaled for a count of 4 and you exhaled for a count of 6. And as we inhaled, we took in what we needed from the universe. And as we exhaled, we gave away what we didn't need and what others need. So we always want to take in enough to fill ourselves up. But if we can, we want to give more to help other people. And we can do that with our breath. So I invite you at any point during services to just tune into your breathing. And can you make your exhale, your giving breath, a little bit longer than your inhale, your taking breath? But I also invite you, if on this Shabbat you need to take a little bit more, to do that as well. Balance, shalom, peace, isn't finding an equal measure of everything. It's finding the right measure and figuring out what you need at that moment to feel a sense of equilibrium. Instead of turning to, well, it is actually on page 329 in the prayer book, or you can just listen to this opening reading, which is an adaptation of Abraham Joshua Heschel. The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week, we live under the tyranny of things of space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to the holiness of time. It is a day on which we are called upon to share what is eternal in time, to turn away from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world. We continue to welcome Shabbat with Lecha Dodi, 138.
Lecha Dodi, Lekra Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Yikabeila. Lecha Dodi, Lekra Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Yikabeila. Skip right to that verse. Kivaore, kumi uri, uri, shieta beri, kuvod Adonai, alai nigla. Lecha Dodi, lekra kala, b'nei Shabbat. Greet the Sabbath bride. Boi le shalom, ateret bala. Gam dinka usohola. Tokemune am segula. Kevod Adonai alai nigla. Bawi kala, Lecha Dodi, Lekra Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Yikabeila. Lecha Dodi, Lekra Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Yikabeila.
Turn to page 146 as we continue with the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
Page 148, Mariv Aravim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, asher
we turn to page 151. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Turn to the Shema on page 150.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. I invite you to be seated and turn to page 154 as we continue with the chanting of the V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha v'aderech, uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha, u'kshartam le'od al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha, leman tizkeru v'azitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yetem kedoshim le'Elohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet.
Page 156. Emet ve'emunah kol zot ve'kayam aleinu ki hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ein zolato ve'anachnu Yisrael amo. All this we hold to be true and trustworthy for us. You alone are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You are our sovereign and Savior, who delivers us from the oppressor's hands and saves us from the tyrant's fists. You work wonders without number, marvels beyond count. You give us life and steady our footsteps. You performed miracles for us before Pharaoh, signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. You led your people Israel from their midst to freedom for all time. When your children witnessed your dominance, they praised your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices joyously. Mi chamocha, page 158.
Baka Bechora ubanecha בוקע יום לפני משה זה ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד מי כמוך
Cantor will sing the Hashkivenu for us on page 160, but I want to invite you to receive this prayer in our spirit of give and take, of breath and of in and out and inhale and exhale. I want you to receive it and let it be a shelter to you, a protection for you, an ufros alenu sukat shlomecha, a sukkah of peace above you. But I also want you to send this prayer out to someone who you would like special protection for, who might need a few extra prayers.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shamreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shamreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shamreinu שמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
The next prayer is Vishamru, a Shabbat prayer. So I'd just like to read another one of my favorite readings, actually from the Shabbat morning service. It's on page 212, if you would like to follow, to help us understand the essence of Shabbat. On this Shabbat, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us, and may our offerings on this Shabbat day be acceptable to you. We turn to the Amidah on page 160, and I invite you to rise if you are in a comfortable position to do so for the Amidah prayers.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el hagadol hagibor v'hanora, El Elyon, gomel chasadim tovim v'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated as we continue on page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. We turn to Ritzei on page 175.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu ve'amcha Yisrael. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu ve'amcha Yisrael. Utefilatam be'ahava tikaver. Utefilatam be'ahava tikaver. Ritzei
We offer this Modim prayer, our prayer of thanksgiving. And I'm choosing the one on page, I'm on the wrong page, but I'm on page 59, but I think it's on all of the next page. When we behold, or page 177, sorry, page 177, that makes more sense. Anyway, it starts with the tiny, that we can always start by looking for gratitude with the little things, and then we can expand. But sometimes when we have trouble finding what to be grateful for, if we begin with the ordinary, that's really extraordinary. It can elevate everything around us. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us a little less than divine, adorned with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai hatoshimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. And we pray for peace.
Shalom, 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 Rab. Yisrael Amcha, Tasi le'olam. Shalom, 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 Rab. Yisrael Amcha, Tasi le'olam. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom, 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 Rab. Yisrael Amcha, Tasi le'olam. Shalom, 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 Rab. Yisrael Amcha, Tasi le'olam. V'tov beinecha levarei et Amcha Yisrael b'chol leinu v'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom, 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 Rab. Yisrael Amcha, Tasi le'olam. Shalom, 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 Rab. Yisrael Amcha, Tasi le'olam, le'olam,
With those beautiful melodies ringing in our heads, in our ears, we enter into our silent prayer. So I'm going to adapt a reading from the book, but I invite you to close your eyes and to let this lead you into your own private prayer. We sit in community, elbow to elbow, eye to eye, screen to screen. So close, perhaps, we brush against each other as we move in prayer. Ears filled with the voices of friends, teachers, fellow travelers, who pray with us from the next seat, from across the room, from their couch. We come to silence, rhythm of words, shared melody hushed. Connected first one to all, we now let go. To be alone with the Holy One, to speak in mind and heart and soul, but not with lips. The prayers we weave together cannot replace that private conversation. God, our partner, awaits us, one by one, a miracle.
Oh, say shalom bimromam. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Nimru. Oh, say shalom bimromam. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Nimru. Oh, say shalom bimromam. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Nimru. Amen. Oh, say shalom bimromam. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Vimru.
Thank you, Cantor, so much. And really thank all of you for joining us tonight on our Zoom, on Facebook, on our YouTube channel. We're so glad you're here. And I know some people came in after we said our specific hellos, and I miss being in the sanctuary and being able to give you that little wave or that little nod that says, I know you're here. So I want you to know, I know you're here, and I'm so glad. This week's Torah portion is Mishpatim. One of the most repeated lines in the Torah is found in this parsha. It's found several times, actually. You shall not wrong the stranger or oppress him, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. You shall not ill-treat the widow or the orphan. You shall not wrong the stranger or oppress him. This language of stranger is found in many places in the Torah. We find it here. We'll hear it again in the Holiness Code in Leviticus. But when we get to Leviticus 25, as HUCJIR professor Dr. Adrienne Levine points out in her blog post for Hazon, the language changes, and it says, a person shall not ill-treat their neighbor, ish ve'imo, amito, one and another, the other person, but fear God, for I am Adonai your God. Leviticus has transformed the concept from stranger to neighbor. And I think this is incredibly important. Dr. Levine is writing from an environmental perspective. So she writes that shift from stranger to neighbor is the necessary prerequisite for a commitment to pursue environmental justice. I am arguing tonight that the shift from thinking of someone as an other, as a stranger, as a foreigner, to thinking of them as another human being, as a neighbor, is a prerequisite for any social change to occur. We have a challenge to create an inclusive community, one that is warm and welcoming, one in which different abilities are not liabilities, but that inclusion is built into the fabric of what we do. That people who are different than you are not tolerated. That's not a very welcoming concept, but rather they are included, they are valued, they are respected. One of my favorite teachings in the Torah is found in Mishpatim. It reminds us, without saying it directly, of the value of every human being. It says, if you take your neighbor's garment, and in this case, it's a cloak, like a serape, a blankety cloak that could be a jacket, but also some kind of wrap that maybe you would use as a covering, a sleep covering. If you take it in surety, in pledge, you must return it to him before the sun sets. It is his only clothing, the sole covering for his skin. In what else shall he sleep? That is neighborly. That is inclusion. Thinking ahead to meet the unseen, unarticulated needs of another person. That is the kind of community we want to be part of. As Jews, we have been blessed to be included in American society. We are so included that we don't have to be a block of Jews. We can be and have been on both sides of the political divide, the one that has split our country over the past few years. Ironically, the fact that we can choose to disagree with one another as Jews is definitely a sign of how well we've been accepted into American society, how well we belong. That we, like other citizens, are free to disagree with one another, to vote how we choose, but we can still come together as a Jewish community. I would like to see in the next few years a lessening of the hostilities in our neighborhoods and across our country, as I'm sure you would as well. I'd like to see a coming together, a deep understanding and practice of the prerequisite that for any real positive change to occur, we must know that we are neighbors. I was so taken with the Jeep commercial that ran during the Super Bowl with Bruce Springsteen. It was titled The Miracle. It was titled The Middle. It showed the rock icon in and around what he described as a chapel that never closes in Lebanon, Kansas, the geographic center of the lower 48 states, where he said, all are more than welcome. The middle has been a hard place to get to lately. between red and blue, between servant and citizen, between our freedom and our fear. Springsteen said, "We the middle. We just have to remember the very soil we stand on is common ground." What a great message. And these are some of the images that were shown in the commercial. But there was a problem with this ad. One that Judy Roydian, editor-in-chief of The Forward, points out. She says her 13-year-old daughter was outraged. She was baffled that this call for unity would come from a church with a cross on its roof. Did Springsteen and Jeep and CBS, the network broadcasting the Super Bowl, not see how alienating these symbols are to us non-Christians? This place is called the U.S. Center Chapel, and it is in Lebanon, Kansas. So it claims itself as the center, and maybe that's why they chose it. But it turns out, in my very limited research, that the actual marker for the center of the U.S. is in the middle of a farm. Couldn't they have just added other imagery, other religions, other faiths? It's so heavily Christian-centric. It was alienating to many on a conscious or an unconscious level, subconscious level. Roydian goes on to contrast this moment with a few days later when the Orthodox lawyer at the impeachment trials opted not to wear a kippah. But a few times people saw him covering his head as he went to take a drink and were curious, what does this mean? So as we know, it is very important for Orthodox Jews to cover their head, particularly when eating and drinking. So this was his improvisation, and that's fine. But it raises the question of whether we are fully comfortable in America as Jews. The attorney, David Schoen, told CNN that he had taken off his yarmulke because he wasn't sure if it was appropriate. He added, "I didn't want to offend anyone, and it's just an awkward thing, and people stare at it." Roydian writes, "Think about this. A lawyer representing the President of the United States in a historic trial centering on the First Amendment, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, felt compelled to remove the symbol of his religion that the First Amendment guarantees his right to practice because he wasn't sure if it was appropriate, because he thought it might offend his audience, because it's awkward, because people stare." She continues, "By Wednesday afternoon, Schoen had returned to the floor of the Senate wearing his black yarmulke, and news had broken that Springsteen was arrested for drunk motorcycle driving in November, causing Jeep to remove its ad from YouTube." I hate to say anything bad about Springsteen, but that was very distressing that he did that. And it's a shame you can't go watch the ad because it really is a beautiful message, at least in the poetry and in the words. So where do we stand? Are we accepted? Are we part of the community? Are we on the outside? Are we the stranger and the foreigner? Or are we the neighbor? I think this confluence of events and the way it coincides with our Torah portion reminds us that we have two tasks. One is to never forget that we were strangers in a strange land, and that even when we feel at home, we need to keep reaching out and educating others to the beauty of Judaism and to make sure that they have Jewish friends and know Jewish people, and vice versa, that we get to know other people. And the second task is to remember to treat no one as a stranger, only as a neighbor, only as a valued human being. If we continue to never forget and to always remember we can continue to strive for inclusion and proper respect for everyone. We can remember to meet the unmet, the unarticulated needs of all those around us, and to know our place in society. Let's give it a try. We now rise for the Aleinu on page 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo sanu kigoye aratzot, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anagnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'nemar V'haya Adonai L'melech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu Yeh Adonai Echad U'shemo U'shemo echad.
Return now to page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. And we recall with great love those whom we've lost in recent days. Seymour London, brother-in-law of Mark Kleinman, and those for whom we are in the month of mourning, Shloshim, Christine Joseph, friend of Ellen Aronson, Sheila Taylor, mother of Jonathan Taylor, Joy Goldboyum, aunt of Amy Dinnerman, Sally Rabin, wife of Joel Rabin, and mother of his 3 wonderful daughters, Betty Wiesenberg, aunt of John Wiesenberg, Alan Davis, brother of Len Davis, Chaya Bogoslavskaya, step-grandmother of Sherry Arias, and Lottie Bly, mother of Nisi Birkenfeld. And we too remember with great love those whose yurtzites fall at this season: Benjamin Blau, Lillian Carmen, Ann Cohen, Ann Cooperman, Josephine Elliott, Esther Goldberg, Paul Golden, Lester Goldstein, Lawrence Hirsch, Paula Hockman, Deborah Israel, Harold Kopman, Anna Orange, Richard Post, Herman Rose, Minnie Rose, Carmel Rosenberg, Erwin Schwartz, Judith Rodas Shapiro, Ethel Wiederspiel, Laura Wurst, Hal Zeknowitz, and I saw in the chat Albert Klein. Is there anyone else you're saying Kaddish for today? I'm thinking of my grandfather, Justice Kaufman, on what would have been his birthday this week. So on page 598. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei rabah, v'yamad yivrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agalah v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabba mivarak le'olam omei omaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah b'ruchu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushvachata v'nechamata damiram b'yama v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. Amen. And we turn now to the Kiddush on page 122 and 123 as we join with the cantor in blessing the Shabbat wine.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, b'ahava uvratzon hinkilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Thank you. We now turn to our healing prayers. We offer prayers of healing for all those who are suffering, for all those who are battling COVID, or family members of people that are sick who could use some healing to help them persevere at this time. We offer prayers as well for Phyllis Gianna Zero, friend of Jerry Poliak, for Rabbi Dara Lerner, a friend of mine, for Yeshayahu Chaim ben Shulamit, friend of Jill Oliver, and Mordechai ben Adel, father of Lori Intra. For Noah Feiner and Jeff Logan, for Mickey Plass, for Barbara Stein, who's recovering, for Marnie Manoff, for Bob Malaby, for Len Bernstein, Harrison Feiner, Ruth Mossberg, Olga Leisman, Gladys London, Doreen Penchuk, David Jablon, both of who had positive moments today, and I was so happy to hear that, Doreen and David. Shimon Label Ben Nachum, for Betty Morell, mother of Jen Fusco, for Barbara Castell, for Barbara Dreyer, wife of Barry Dreyer, for Michael Bernstein, for Phyllis Belford. And I know you're adding names into the chat, and we thank you, and we'll take a look at all of them as we offer these prayers of healing. And we join with the cantor.
Mishebeirach Avoteinu Mikor Abracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishebeirach imotenu Mikor Abracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen va'amen, a refuah shlema, complete and speedy healing. And just a reminder again, if you want to add names to the Mishaberak list, move names, you can let me know, or you can let Robin in the office know. Now I am going to go to gallery view to help us celebrate together. So if you don't want to be on Facebook, just keep your camera off. I get to, seems whatever I do on that, it controls it. Now, we want to wish a happy birthday to Jake Strow. I don't know if Renee Worth is on. Do we see Renee? Happy birthday. Or is Claudia Jacobson here? Not sure. It's hard for me to look. Usually I can look at a little bit more. Any birthdays or anniversaries that I'm missing? Marty?
I have a birthday, February 14th.
You're a Valentine's baby. I like that.
Yes, Rabbi.
Claudia was a few days ago.
2 days ago, right. My mother worked hard at giving birth on the 14th. She washed the floors. She did a lot of stuff.
That's great.
I might know somebody whose birthday is coming up before.
Oh, that is so true. And we will not be
Friday. Not that I want to say anything. Not that I don't want lots of attention.
together.
Not that you shouldn't send me presents. Not
On
that...
the 18th, a year older, and we wish her a very, very happy birthday. And I'm sorry we can't have a cake. And on the day before that, it's Stacy Miller's birthday. And she's older than you, so Cantor, you could feel very young there.
It's my birthday, but I'm not getting older. Let's just dispel that myth.
No, not at all. Okay. And Nathan, Mary, please wish Nathan a happy birthday for us. Just checking here to see if anybody else is on the call has a birthday. Anybody else? Anniversary, birthday. There weren't a lot of anniversaries in February. Very short month for anniversaries. It's funny. I see the list every time. It's just funny when you see
Josh and Jamie Miller birthday.
When? Like
26th and 27th.
all right, well, we'll have Shabbat before that. We'll keep wishing.
We're celebrating it tonight.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Well, they were back in January, right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So good that it's nice that you can celebrate together.
Nice to celebrate.
I think we have birthdays, so let's do a Yom Haledet Sameach for everybody.
Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach.
And since Cantor can't bless herself, I'll say Ad Mea Ve'esrim, may you all live in health and joy till 120 years. So that is wonderful. It is my joy now to invite Vanessa Newman, and I see Ira there as well. So we say Shabbat Shalom to deliver some announcements, and I'm going to switch my view for you. There we go.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Vanessa.
There's fun stuff coming up. So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., Torah study. 7 o'clock tomorrow night is the auction. You can go on and register if you still haven't registered yet. There's amazing pieces on there. As soon as you register, you can start bidding. All good. On Sunday, February 14th, happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day, all that stuff. At 11 a.m. is Robin Steinberg and her monthly Dealing with Stress Zoom. It's a great group. Go check it out. Monday, February 15th, the building is closed. At 7 p.m. is Schmooze Group. Now, it is a Getting to Know Your Leadership at TBT series, and I'm the first person that they will be doing that with. And then at the following month will be somebody else that's in the Temple Beth Torah leadership. So if you're interested in hearing some information about me, come check it out on Monday night. Tuesday, February 16th at 10 a.m. is Jewish Tangents. Wednesday is Budget and Finance. Friday, February 19th at 10:15 a.m. is Torah Yoga. Sunday, February 21st at 11 a.m., pickling and fermenting class with the amazing Ari Moskowitz live from Italy. Check it out. It's going to be cool.
Nice.
Then at 2 o'clock is Budding Friendships. Monday, February 22nd is the Board of Trustees meeting. If you would like to attend, just tell the office and they will send you the Zoom information. Wednesday, February 24th at 11:30, Workout for a Cause. Sign up online or through the email, click on the link. And at 5 p.m. is the Religious School Pact Zoom, 3rd grade wedding.
Can I just jump in on the 3rd grade wedding? It's not that you're all invited, but we're so excited. It's Allison Weiner and her husband, Daniel Rabinowitz. So it's a treat. And Robin even found a picture of when Allison and her buddy Sarah were at the 3rd grade wedding as 3rd graders with the bride and groom. So it's pretty cool that we are now, celebrating her. And this Workout for a Cause that Wednesday morning at 11:30, it's kind of our beginning of our revival of sisterhood. So we really hope people will come and support it and just have fun. And you're in your house, you can modify the workout however you want. And also on the pickling and fermenting class, there is a shopping list that's on the website if you want to actually cook along and make this stuff along with Ari. Okay, I cut you off. Now we're on to the following weekend.
Fantastic. Then we come to the Purim Spiel. Saturday, February 27th at 8 p.m., we have the awesome virtual mixology class and trivia night. Register online, $25 per device for members. Then on February 28th at 10 a.m., we had the Purim Megillah Spiel, Mamma Mia, Pandemic Edition. And 11 a.m., bingo for all ages. Sign up online, buy raffles, and try to win one of the amazing grand prizes. I know there's a TV, the Dyson
air blower.
The air blower. And what's the third item? Do you remember? It's amazing stuff. Check it out. Soon they'll be posting all of the raffles online.
And Robin might not have known, but the, let me remove the spotlight. The nursery school is having a concert in the afternoon with, I think it's Robin Bruckner, and she's a pretty well-known children's performer. So it's not just open to our nursery school families, but anyone with children 1 to 7 or 8. 9 would really, or grandchildren. So we're excited. And everything that day that has a cost, that whole Purim weekend, all the fundraising goes to help our youth activities committee and our youth programming. So we're excited.
Awesome. Wonderful. Then on Friday, March 5th, after services, there is a speaker, Roselle Chertok, with speak about her book on the Jewish world of Elvis Presley. Then Friday, March 19th, we're going to have a Zorn's Shabbat dinner via Zoom. Details will be following about probably next week. You'll start seeing the flyer to that event. And we are still having our coat and warm clothing drive. It's still going on for the Coalition for the Homeless. Please drop off your items at Temple Beth Torah and please make sure that it's in a bag. Thank you and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Vanessa, so much. Anybody else have anything they need to say before our closing song? All right, Kanta.
I would like to add that the Purim Spiel, while it is normally an entire cast of young people, there will be some very talented young people in the cast, but this year we're doing something a little different. I will be Esther, Jody Siegel will be Vashti, and Mike Schmidt will be Haman. So we have somewhat of an adult cast this year, so please consider if you thought it was too young for you in the past to take part in that and enjoy some of our talented youth and adult cast, 2 of whom are stars in what will hopefully eventually be Beauty and the Beast when we can all get back together again. So I have a little offering tonight for Valentine's Day. Let's hope this goes the way I'd like it to. Adonai, Hashem Allah. B'terem kol yitzir nira, leit nasa v'chefso kol asa this opportunity to find someone to kiss. But if you don't have a Valentine, well, that is okay too. You just need to listen to this corny synthesizer for a couple more seconds, and then I'll finish up with the last two verses and end service for you.
Yashikok, what fun. That was wonderful. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, our God and God of our mothers and fathers. Please shower us with your love. Help us to find love of our own selves and love of our neighbors. And let us say, Amen and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for the birthday wishes.
Happy
Happy birthday, Cantor.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
At the end of
Shalom.
the lines meeting.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Keep warm, everybody.
So good to see everybody. I like
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Wendy and
Happy
Jeff, you
birthday,
changed your
Cantor.
spot. What's going on?
Wendy's leaving momentarily to start.
No, because we had to eat. We were eating, that's why. So we're
Oh, okay.
Putting us on the spot, are you? Nice. Come on.
somebody notices. That's good.
That's good. We appreciate that. Yes. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom, Leah Silverman.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom, Beth Silverman.
Hey, Susan. Glad you joined.
Hi. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Joel, you are muted.
Happy birthday, Cantor. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Are you doing anything special,
Elaine,
Cantor?
thank you very much.
I am not doing
Good
anything
message.
special. I'm doing nothing special. My nothing will be special.
Cantor, I did say happy birthday, so I
Thank
apologize.
you, Joel.
Lawrence, Joanne,
Bye.
how you doing tonight?
Hey,
We're great, Joe. Love you.
Was she special tonight, the rabbi? She was special.
Awesome, sir.
I missed
I
telling
gotta
you.
take Joel around with me everywhere.
What was that?
I have to take you in my pocket or something everywhere. Cantor and I need to do that. Our PR committee.
I missed saying to your parents, though, I saw they were on tonight.
Hold on.
It was you,
Hi, Poppy.
and you did great. Elaine, thank you very much for the message.
Thank you for being there.
I'm here. That's it. Still taking one step in front of the other. Hanging in.
You can do.
I thought with my beard, a lot of people say didn't want to see me anymore.
Oh, you're still handsome.
I feel funny with it. I don't know.
You haven't noticed?
I see you, yeah. But I'm not used to it. I'm just
Right. I said 30 days is the mourning period. that you
30
don't-
days. I got it. I know. Halfway home, but
Yeah.
I still cry enough.
One day at a time, Poppy Joe.
Yes, thank you.
1 hour at a time.
By the way, Serene told me that the day of the funeral, burial, and she said, a deep breath, and it's worked out so well. Okay, I'm called.
Okay.
Shabbat Shalom to everybody.
Bye,
Take care.
Shalom.
Bye-bye. I'm coming.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Jill. Happy Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
everybody.
All right. Good night, Linda.
I'm here.
Good night, Habers.
Good night, David. Good night, Cheryl. And Jill and Bill and
Good night,
Vanessa and
everyone.
Ira.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Cantor.
Happy
Boy.
birthday.
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Good night, everybody.
Andrew, what do you have, an effect on? You got
A
like
little bit of reverb.
yeah, it's a lot. It keeps, it's like,
I like
it
that part.
yeah, it sounds good, but then it cuts out every once in a while. It's like a pop.
Yeah, I was hearing some weird stuff tonight. I'm not sure what that's all about. It might be because my phone is connected because of the background music.
Okay.
So I think that
An
was
echo.
causing some problems.
You turn it all the way up. Does it sound like you're announcing at Yankee Stadium? Can you get that?
It does. Let's see. Hello, hello.
And welcome to Shabbat.
On the beamer to the left.
That would be hilarious. We have to figure out how to, maybe the night before Purim, we'll try to work some reverb in. That would be great.
All right. We're shutting off now.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
And
Night, Rabbi.